Hello, how are you? So we are studying the for loop and I give you introduction, syntax and many example I gave to you, right? So now I'm going to give you some other example of the for loop. I'm writing one program, then I will write other program. Console.write, enter the value. Convert dot to in 32 and we will have the console console dot read line for int I equal to 1, I less than equal to n and I plus plus console dot write line I. If you run this program, if you run this program, it will ask the number and it will print the number from 1 to 10, right? But what I do not want to print the number from 1 to 10. If I will give the value, I do not want to print the number from 1 to 10. What I want to print the sum of all these number, and I want to print the sum only, and sum is coming 55. If you will give 10, the sum is coming 55. Okay. So what I want to print the sum of number from 1 to n. N is the number that we will give from the keyboard, any number. And for example, I give the 10, so they will print sum of all these numbers, sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus up to 10, and the result will come 55, because I know the sum of 10 number from 1 to 10 is 55. Okay, so what I will do, first I am going to write the question here. Write a program to print the sum of number from 1 to n. Okay, so what we will do, we need to declare one variable sum also, sum, and we need to give initial value 0. Okay, and what I want, when the value is coming here, I want to make sum equal to sum, whatever value is the sum, and it will add I, because I value is going to change. Sum plus I means 0 plus 1 is 1, then again it will come 1 plus 2 is 3, then 3 plus 2 is 5, like this it will come, and we will print our result after calculating all the sum. At the last we are going to print the sum after printing everything, after printing everything, after calculating everything, at the last, after the loop, we are going to print the result. That's why I am printing my result after the loop. If you run this program and you will give 10, we will get 55, because I know the 55. If you run this program, you will give the value 20, so the sum of 1 to 20 is 210. This is the one program to find the sum. Okay, and now question is change. Now I change the question. Question is, I do not want to find the sum of 1 to n, I want to find the sum from 1 to 10. Okay, so 10, the final value is also given, so in this case no need to declare the value n, and no need to take the data from this, and it will be 10. When value is given, then no need to declare the variable. If you run this program, you will get 55. So n, we need to declare the variable and we need to take the data. If no n, then direct we will fix the value. This is the one program related to finding the sum. Now another I am going to explain you about the factorial. Factorial value. Factorial value is, I think you people studied in the mathematics. The factorial value of, for example, the factorial value of 3 is 3 equal to 3 into 2 into 1, whatever is coming, the 6 is the answer. Factorial value of 4 equal to 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 equal to 24. The next is 5, and 5 equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is 120. This is the factorial value. And what program I write already? I write the program. If I give the value 4, then 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 equal to whatever is coming, 8 is coming. This program I have written here. 5 equal to 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 equal to 15 is coming. This program I write, and this is this program. If you see both the program, there is only minor difference between the symbol. Difference of what? Difference of the symbol. Question I am going to write first. Write a program to find the factorial of any number. So here what we need to do, this is any number means the number is n, okay, and this is for the factorial. And factorial we are going to initialize by 1. We are not going to initialize by 0, because if we will initialize by 0, then the total value will become 0. That's why we are not initializing factorial with 0. We are initializing with 1. So what I will do here now, it is same. So here will be factorial equal to factorial, and here instead of the plus symbol we will write the star symbol, and this will be the factorial. If you run the program, you give the value, for example I give 4, 24 is coming. If you see here 24 will be available, I think so. 4 is 24. See here 24. Okay, I'm running giving the value 5. If you give the 5, 120 is coming. So this is the program using the factorial. Okay, and that's it for the for loop. I don't think so anything we have for the for loop, and some practice question I will give to you, and you make the practice. Practice very important for the loop. Okay, now come to the slide. In the slide what we have, for loop execute a sequence of statement multiple times, we know multiple times. Now come to the while loop. I will explain to you while loop. While loop work is also same. While loop work is also same. Repeats a statement or group of statement while a condition is true. It tests the condition before executing the body. So in the while loop, actually they are checking the condition first, and after checking the condition, if the condition is true, then the loop is going to execute. Otherwise loop is not going to execute. And for the for loop we have syntax available. I am writing the syntax for while loop. While we have the condition here, statement, close it. Here is also written, this is while condition statement. Okay, if the condition is true, this will be executed. If not true, not will be executed. So now I am going to write a program to print number from 1 to n using while loop. Okay, I'm changing this program. I'm not writing the fresh one. It is actually the fresh one only. First you see this using the for loop, then I will convert it. Everything is the same, only little difference. So here if we'll make it I, so this will be okay, here right line. This is the program we did using the for loop. Now for the while, what we are going to do in the while, this initial value will be go out. Initial value will be go out. Initial value we will declare first, and here we will have while, and inside the while only condition will be available. Remove this, and this will be I plus plus. Check it. See this. So what I did, I make it initial value from here to the top. You can declare I also here in the one data type, no problem, or you can use the 2 also, same. Put the condition only in the while loop and increment and decrement in this place. This is the while loop, right? Any other program? Okay, let us print the odd number from 1 to n using while loop. So for the odd number, if you see the odd number is what? 1, 3, 5, 7. Initial value will be what? 1, and difference is what? 2. So everything will be same. So here only I will write I equal to I plus 2. Run it. Give 15. See there. This is the odd number. So like this, how many program I explained to you using the for loop, you convert all the program using while loop. Everything is the same. Everything is same, only the difference is initial value will be on the starting, condition in the same place, and increment and decrement inside the loop. Okay, another program. Write a program to print, to find the factorial of any number using while loop. Okay, and this will be I, it's okay, and n here, and here fact equal to, I am taking the variable name as a fact. Printing will be outside the loop, it will be 1 because only one value is increasing, and here is the fact equal to fact star I. If you run this program, you will find the factorial value of I. What is 1 minute. This is the fact, no? I printing I, it must be fact. 5 is 120. See, that's 120 is coming. If you will give the 4, 24 is coming. So see, nothing, there is no any difference, only difference is in the syntax. Everything, every concept, everything is same. So there is no any confusion about the loop. Work is same, only syntax is different. So this is about the while loop. And do while loop, what is the difference between do while loop, will tell to you later. Thank you.